Hey now, we are now live. We are now live. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. We got a lot of things to talk about. So I was supposed to do a live today at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not today, yesterday. I'm sorry. Way ahead of myself. I was supposed to do a live yesterday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a little tired, so I figured I'd do it tonight, but I would do it at 7 p.m. Let's tread lightly. Let's tread lightly. Okay. There was some things I want to bring up that I just don't understand, but this is just what happens in life. This happens behind the scenes and it also happens on social media, especially when you have people of color getting some coins. We start to want to resurface old stuff that don't make no sense or was past stuff or stuff that can get people incriminated because they are scared. They're afraid of what somebody or one is capable of doing and outshining them. So we're going to talk about that today. Some things I want to share to you, some things I want to show to you. Show you, so forth and so on. This is one of the videos I'm going to recap. And this is also another video I'm going to recap. Hip Hop Now TV. But I'm going to wait till you guys get on into the live so we can begin with this beautiful bean footage. I hope I don't trigger anybody. I really don't. But let me also pull up this. I think this is really nice that Chrisean Rock is adding to, at least she's listening to what people are saying, that, you know, just because Blueface is locked up, you still have supporters that ride hard for you. So you need to let them know what's going on with you and keep the same energy, because when he gets out, it's going to look kind of shady. All of a sudden, you going live, and every time he's doing something good or bad, you want to share it with your community, with your supporters, your fans, your haters, your congratulators, but you're not doing that in the present time. So she's been recently showing gifts and stuff that Junior's been getting. Hello, Miss Teddy Bradley. Let me know if this is coming in clearly. Let me know, Miss Teddy Bradley. Let me know if this is coming in clearly, because sometimes my internet connection be acting up, and we can't have that. Okay. So let me know if it's coming in clearly. And as y'all come in, like I said before, hit that like or the dislike button. I'm waiting for y'all. Now, I'm sorry I can't go. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you so much, sweetie. Now, I'm sorry I can't go live at 9. I got to build my tolerance of staying up that late to 9. And the thought process of knowing that I'll be on here to over 10 or 11 o'clock, perhaps, if I get, too winded, is too much for me. And sometimes I have things to do in the morning time, so I have to sometimes do these lives a little early. Now, I do like that traffic is kind of low at times at 9. People have winded down. They're not taking care of their children. They're not cooking meals, cleaning up, or having to settle in. By 9 o'clock, people are ready for bed or just winding down, and they're able to listen to what's going on out here in social media world. So let's listen to Chrisean Rock.
Take on a note. It's the Junior. It's the same lady. Elise, thanks, Elise. He's a rock star.
Chrisean's opening up these boxes like she's Hulk Hogan. She's
Thank
so
you,
happy.
Elise. This is so
I like
sweet
to
of
see this.
you. This is from. Is it a cute note? I guess it. I love you. I hope you have all these toys. Happy 7 months from Elise. Okay, Elise. Thank you.
Shout out to Stepping Out for Rock. I will put the link in the top of the description box so you guys can follow the
Wow.
channel.
Just for him to learn. To learn his colors. Ooh, he's got a whole little learning kit. This is super cool. Yay!
Ooh, child, don't break.
Okay.
Ooh, child, don't break it up before the little boy get a chance to use it. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. She kind of rough on things. She acting like she's on the bad girl club. You opening up boxes, but I get it. She's a child at heart. She's a kid at heart. She's excited. You know, people are sending her gifts. Hopefully next month she gets a whole bunch of gifts every month into Junior's first birthday. And I'm glad that she's doing this way because she didn't get a baby shower. And I think that every channel holder, beside bringing up the negativity, hey Jen T, how you doing, sis? I hope that everybody every month celebrates with her that Junior is another month old, and when he's on his 12-month a year birthday, they really go out like, you know, with a bang and help her, you know, get what she didn't get, which was that baby shower. She talks about it. I think she has a lot of regrets about it, and I really hope that people, you know, every month, you know, if you can find it in your heart, you know, if you got a couple of dollars, you can buy a pack of socks. I seen one person buy a pack of socks. They were cute little socks. You know, baby clothes are expensive, but they're not expensive when you're buying somebody just an outfit. It ain't like you buying like a whole wardrobe like you would if you were pregnant. You know, buy something that could be of use for the baby and help her out, you know. I'm not saying help her out like she needs a kind of financial help, but you know, just be, you know, emotionally supportive to her. You know, she's getting more gifts than she probably ever got for Junior from Blueface. You know, I don't, did he ever buy a gift that anybody knows of? Put it in the comment section of the video, or put it on the comment section of this video when it's not live. I would like to hear your thoughts without making up false allegations, what you know of, links to things that he may have been providing, you know, before Junior was born and before he went to jail. But I don't remember him doing any of these things. But getting into the task at hand, we're going to get off the focus of that, and we're going to talk about what is really serious. Now, these allegations that have been swarming around YouTube, social media, IG, and I say YouTube because that's my stomping grounds, is very harsh allegations that could get her in a lot of trouble. That goes to show how hateful people can be, that they want to still rekindle things that could be incriminating to Chrisean Rock by bringing them up. Now, the person, the parties all involved are not putting any legal allegations. Yes, this is live. Yes, it is. If people are not putting out these allegations of what happened to them as the victims, then they need to let it go. I think that a reason why it got brought up is because they see Ray J trying to holler at her, trying to get her attention, trying to get into board meetings with her and make deals and so on and so forth, so that, you know, they can be business partners with her, whether she wants her own network, which is probably frightening people. Oh, Chrisean's going to have her own network. That's going to symbolize power for Chrisean Rock. And nobody wants to see that happen because they feel like she's not deserving of it, which is really sickening if you ask me. But it's really sad that nobody wants to see this girl shine. Everything she tries to attempt to do, they have something to say. And even if you bring up the simple name Junior, people want to get into whether or not the baby's blueface or not. You know, to me, that's sometimes a sign of just a hatred person, a person who truly has never met this girl in the flesh, and they're just trying to rehash like open wounds, things that are probably triggering and sensitive to Chrisean Rock because they just don't like her as an individual. They don't like what she stands for. Maybe she gives a bad vibe to people. Whatever the case may be, I think that is not really appropriate for people to be discussing, whether or not who is the baby's father of her child. I think that she would know better than us. And if she doesn't know, that is for her to figure out and not for us. We are not the DNA company who went to school for this and they know how to take these tests properly. We can't be investigators or detectives and look at a child and say the child doesn't look like the father or the mother, because sometimes children don't have to look like the mother or the father, or they don't start to look like either or of the parents until they get older. So, like I said, I wish the best for Chrisean Rock. I know she's about to be larger than life. And, I think that a lot of people are going to be mad, but it is what it is. Hey, everybody. What a treat for me to catch you live 2 times in one day. Hey, Cancer 66, you sure enough was on that live too. I think you was the first one in here, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Thank you, Gen T, for putting those like and dislikes in the comment section. You are welcome to like or dislike this video. Yes, you did catch the live, Cancer 66. So we're going to do a couple of recap videos. I want to start with the sexy red one. I'm really aiming for less than an hour us being on live. I want to recap a few things. I don't want to hold you guys up. It's Sunday, and I know you guys are getting ready for work. And I don't like staying on live too long anyways, but I also like to reach out to my community and see what their thoughts are. And we can talk like we're in the living room, my living room, together. And I can hear how the community is feeling, what their thoughts are, things that they want to share with me, and so on and so forth. So this is why we do these lives on a daily. So let's get into the first video. I do have to give my props out to this young lady because Sexy Red reeks my nerves. I couldn't believe, I was very shocked to find out that Chrisean Rock and Sexy Red at one point in time did have a friendship. I would call it a social media friendship, in my opinion, from the due diligence I have done on Chrisean Rock and Sexy Red. But I think that going forward, from what we hear, she's another person. If you're trying to get yourself right, Chrisean Rock, you got to stay away from people, places, and things, especially when people are trying to do things any means necessary to be important, to get attention, whether it's negative or positive. It can backfire. And we're gonna start in that order with the Foxy. I mean, I said Foxy. Ooh, child. She's probably worse than Foxy Brown. We're gonna start with the Sexy Red, and then we're gonna piggyback off of these serious allegations of what her sister um in Wack 100 seemed to keep bringing up about past stuff that Blueface is not even taking Chrisean Rock to court for, or pressing charges against Chrisean Rock for, that people want to act like they're making the public aware of the dangers of Chrisean Rock, like she's this dangerous person that anyone she comes into contact with, she will befriend and have you down in the basement somewhere in the dungeon. And come on, it's not that serious. It really isn't. I'm not trying to say, you feel what I'm saying, Genty? I'm not trying to say that, if she did, these allegations are true, that that's the way to go. You get in your feelings. This is what you attempt to do to somebody that you so-called love. But it's past information, and we should leave it in the past. If Blueface did not deal with the issue when the issue had happened, when the matter had happened, we shouldn't be sitting up here talking about it now. And you feel what I'm saying, guys? You feel what I'm saying, Miss Teddy Bradley? You feel what I'm saying, Genty? It's like somebody get security. I think I'm going to need some backup. It's like falling for the banana in the tailpipe all over again. And especially for the ones in the back, the ones that are on the short bus with the helmet. You know what I'm saying? Those people have to hear it more so than anybody else, because they just like to keep rekindling drama and so forth and so on, because they're not happy in their real lives. And they're probably going to be mad at me for saying this, but sometimes we got to let things go and let people breathe and just understand that Rock is a light. She doesn't even know she's a light. So you guys know she doesn't know she's a light. I say it all the time that she's a shining light. She is the star of the show. And people get mad when they hear me say it, but it's the truth. And I think that because they get mad is because they're not the star of the show. They'll never be the star of the show. And when they hear somebody reminding them that this is what Chrisean Rock is, and this is why she's getting all this negative attention in the smear campaigns, they get mad because they want you to be quiet and lose the focus on the real. And they want you to paint her out to be a demonic person, which we all have flaws. I know I do. I might not swear on or cuss and carry on YouTube, but when I get off of YouTube, my mouth sounds like a sailor. It's just things you do and it's things you don't do. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I would love to see Chrisean change her ways. I would too. I wish people would give her time to grow and not always see her do baby steps, and then as soon as she gets to one step, they want to sabotage that. And I wish that Chrisean as well would ignore the haters and continue to grow and always know, regardless if you're doing good or bad, people are going to be talking about you. But always know that when they're talking about you, you're doing something right. Is when they're not talking about you is when there's a problem. She's definitely one of those who have the natural influence and it's factored. Exactly. So therefore, that's why we're gonna piggyback off the Sexy Red situation, how they're dragging her name in social media, but I think it's for a good cause because Sexy Red needs to sit down, have several seats, and stop being Sexy Red because she's not a good influence. I would not want you, Sexy Red, and I approve this message at any of my grandkids or my children's um auditorium acting like you're a role model. You are not a role model to yourself, let alone somebody else's kid. I think that the message that you portray is twerkish, if that's even a word. That's all I think of when I think of you is twerking. Okay. And I don't think that you're trying to change. I think you got a little bit of money, you let it go to your head, and you're just doing exactly what they expect us to do as color folks. I think she is trying to. Right. So let's listen to what this young lady had to say. I was very proud at what she had to say. And I hope she stays viral, and I hope they allow her the algorithm to continue to spread this message that Sexy Red needs to sit down. And I hope that Chrisean Rock seen this message that this young lady has sent about Sexy Red, and she doesn't deal with Sexy Red going forward, because if you're trying to change your reputation and your way of life and you want to change it for the better, Sexy Red ain't where it's at. Sexy Red is a mess. I never listened to her music and I never will. Me neither. I don't even know what she raps or sings about. I think she's a little trashy, not classy, and that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to be in a smear campaign, but sometimes we got to call it the way we see it. I said, why would they allow her to go to a school and perform? Right, right, smelling like marijuana and half dressed. She's not. I wish I would have heard my grandma listening to that. Oh, child. Now let's listen up to what this young lady had to say. I'm very proud of her. Is back with another one. So I want to give a shout out to Hip Hop Now TV. I will put their social media here. Now, is it coming in clear, guys? Let me know, please. Is it coming in clear? Handle at the top of the description box of this video. I am proud of this young lady who has had enough being enough with the social media influencers, and they call them influencers for a reason, but they're not influencing the right message to the younger generation to come. And this ties into why the people who are not putting batteries in Chrisean Rock's back wanted her to know, and hopefully going forward, hope she does not associate herself with Sexy Red. And we can't tell people how to lead their lives, so I'm not going to be on no one side of the spectrum or the other with she should do so or not, because she's a young adult. She can make decisions on her own. But these are some of the reasons, and I'm going to let you listen to what this young lady had to say. That is not a good light to be with somebody such as Sexy Red. She is not campaigning in the right direction for the future for any young or adults our age. If anything, she's like a generational curse. These are the things that are to come. This is history going to repeat itself in the wrong direction. And she doesn't see anything wrong with it. Sexy Red doesn't. And it's really sad that they would invite her to a school to be a mentor to younger youth. Like, this is what the future is looking for, what it's heading for. And with Chrisean wanting to do business deals, want people to take her seriously, no one's going to take her seriously. With people, places, and things that don't surround themselves with the respect levels for themselves as Sexy Red displays on a regular basis. So let's listen up, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
Exactly why I'm afraid to have kids. Because they want to be the kids. Like, the grandma's the baby. Currently going viral on Twitter right now because I had retweeted a post where Sexy Red was mad because she couldn't go and perform or speak at a school. And I said that I've been telling y'all her target audience is kids. Because it is. That's what I believe. That's what I see. You don't got to agree. I don't care. A lot of these new age artists target kids with very hypersexual and explicit content. I feel like my point is proven seeing that she's mad she can't go in school. Because why, as an adult entertainer whose music is on the verge of erotica, would you even think it's appropriate for you to show up at a school and then show up like that? Smelling like marijuana with your cleavage hanging out. Baby, you wouldn't even be able to go visit your baby daddy in prison looking like that. But that's how you show up for the kids. Okay. 2, why would adults even think it is morally right to book a Red to come speak to kids? From the teachers, the superintendent,
exactly.
Why would y'all think that's acceptable? The adults of this generation do not want to protect children. They just want to exploit them. Y'all don't see black kids as kids. You don't see black children as...
Chrisean Rock does see this, because if she goes into 2024 and present time and she thinks that the behaviors from her past, fitness and all that, she was displaying before is going to fit into 2024, she's going to be sadly mistaken. And she's going to have people going viral, and they're going to be chiming in on the person who went viral side that she's absolutely right, which I think she is absolutely right. Why would anybody want to use Sexy Red or consider Sexy Red as a role model? She's half naked, smelling like weed, going into schools. This is what kids are supposed to lead by, people like Sexy Reds of the world. I don't think that's going to work, and I'm so glad that this girl stood up for what she believed it was right. And it's so sad these people that are in control of the situation, the school committee and the teachers and tutoring and whatever have you, that are in control of these kids, the parents, they don't see anything wrong with it. And that goes to show how far gone we have gone with the reality, the real reality, the reality that makes sense has been lost because of us downplaying a lot of things.
18-year-old being a 304. The amount of adults in my comments trying to justify, like, blowing my mind. Somebody said, well, adults love sexy, kids love sex. What adult is condoning their child listening to Sexy Red? Even I had to sneak to listen to Kaya. The adultification of black kids right now made here. A lot of these new age adults remind me of those older monitors who would come and substitute after school and who would think they was one of the kids. I'll never forget. I had a whole beef with one of these editors. Literally, I had to call my mom up to the school because she beefing with me like she a kid. Literally, you mad at me, but you kicking it with the whole football squad. And what's funny is she ended up getting fired years later because it got found out that she was messing with one of the kids. And that's what y'all be giving. Like weirdo behavior. Y'all are blurring the lines. Y'all do not want to hold space for the kids. I told y'all hating bitter aunties is in the club with y'all now. They in the club turning up with you. The baby. These new age adults are exactly why I'm afraid to have kids.
I had made a reference to someone that I know in my real life, and they're in their 70s, and Lord forgive me for saying this. And I know that they've had health problems in the past, and that could also impact their mind thoughts sometimes and what they say out of their mouth, especially in this current situation that happened to them recently. I give it a pass, but I knew prior to them getting sick like this, I always got this feeling like, wow, you're an older individual, but you don't remind me of when I was a teenager or a kid who walk past an elder and get advice from them. They shared wisdom with you. And not in my day and age would they ever pass off a sexy red as a mentor or somebody to be a public speaker at a school. And it baffles me to see that life has came and people's mindset is and so forth and so on. And yeah, I do get it. I don't follow Sexy Red. One, because she irks my soul. And that's just, how I feel. Do I hate her, dislike her? Am I gonna go on a smear campaign? Absolutely not. But I know that just recently people were talking about I would say, social media closeness and bestie that allegedly Chrisean Rock had with Sexy Red. And I hope that with all the changes that Chrisean is making in her life, one being Sexy Red, that she lets this go, people, places, and things that don't serve her, so that she's able to grow and become the person that visualizes in her head to become, that she can be. She can be the best that she can be, but she's got to stay away from these kind of entities. Yeah, she definitely got to stay away from these entities, because hunty, Sexy Red is a mess. And I'm not going on a smear campaign, but like I said, I tell it like it is. I don't try to drag people's name, but I'm also not gonna sugarcoat it. Sexy Red is not where it's at. You need to sit down and be quiet. You're doing too much. You're doing it for the wrong kind of attention. And Sexy Red appears to me to be the kind of a female that she does it because she has low self-esteem, quiet as kept. I've heard her on interviews and not wanting to speak to certain people in interviews because they've said stuff about her looks and this and that and other. It's not about looks, it's about how you carry yourself. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. But if you stand for something ratchet and stank, how much respect are you gonna get? She needs to stay away from Sexy Red, Suki, Summer Walker. Yep, and all of them exactly. And Tommy. People say, "Oh, she defended." She don't need nobody to defend her. Talking about Tommy Lee. You don't need nobody to defend you. You could defend yourself. You've been doing a good job doing that, and it's gotten you into nothing but trouble, Chrisean. You need to just stay away from people, places, and things where you don't have to defend yourself. If you're around decent people, you don't have to worry about things like this happening where you have to defend yourself. Stay away from the riffraff. Stay away from the trifling people. And so, anyways, getting off the subject of that, I want to get into Tesehki. My understanding, y'all could chime in. Tesehki's been into music. She has a beautiful voice. She has a very soulful voice. I'll never take it away from her. And I'm not about to sit up here and drag her. But I just don't like that she's allowing people to rehash all these allegations. I don't know if they're true or not in regards to the setup with Blueface. But I'm gonna tell you something, ain't that much being mad in the world, because if it gets in the wrong hands of an investigator or so forth and so on, of some type of hit for hire or hire for hit or whatever, how it goes. It's how you carry yourself. Exactly. That can get Chrisean jammed up. And I understand the sister's mad at some of the decisions that her younger sister had made, but you all came from some circumstances. Okay. Your mother and father was not doing right by none of y'all. Okay. You guys are like sponges. That's why it's called generational curses. And what you need to do is going forward as a young adult, having kids your own. Kids are like sponges. Try not to be like your mother and your father, who laid up. They were in and out of jail, allegedly on street pharmaceutical drugs, allegedly, and they weren't taking care of you guys, and you guys had to fend for each other. You cannot know how to be a mother or father if you didn't have none. And I get that you guys are learning the best way you know how because of the circumstances that you've been subjected to. But we can't keep sitting up here doing dysfunctional stuff, like bringing up, stuff that has happened in the past that could get Chrisean in a lot of trouble. That really troubles me to hear that it's okay for you now and then. You're not even speaking with your sister, but you're trying to warn people from what? How is Chrisean a threat to anybody? Blueface, for number one, the person that you're warning us from is in jail. He's safe. He gets 3 meals a day and he got a roof over his head. He ain't got to worry about any responsibilities until he gets out. Okay. What you need to warn your own sister or anybody about is that she needs to get on Blueface so that she can straighten out this situation with Junior. Other than this old stuff that can get your sister jammed up and she already got enough legal obligations, I can't, it just don't sit with me. And it's never going to sit with me. And I just really hope that she gets over, her, feelings about the past with her sister and just move on. Simple as that. I don't understand how this keeps going on. This is not just popping up. People are purposely putting out this information that happened from the past, trying to use it against Chrisean Rock instead of letting her grow and turning into the roles that we know she can grow into. I think that people are fear of seeing her shine. Everybody else is getting their turn to shine. She chooses to wait for Blueface. That is that. We're gonna have to wait for her, in her own due time to come back around when Blueface gets out. And I trust and believe that they're gonna blow up, and a lot of people are afraid of that. And it's really sad when people are afraid of other people's success because they're so worried about how much more money they're gonna get or attention or more of the spotlight that they're gonna get that they're not gonna get. That is to me a sign of the enslaved mentality. And we need to get out of that mindset, period, point blank. So I want to bring this up. This is a recap video. Many of y'all may have seen it, but it's very suitable in the right time for me to bring it up while we're all together. You can chime in, say how you feel about what you're hearing in this video. I would love to hear what your comments are on this matter, but we just got to debt this. We have to, as a community, band together and say we no longer want to hear about these sabotages against one another. If you're looking down on somebody, you better be picking them up. And if you're not, we don't want to hear you. We want to mute you. We want to mute you. Let Chrisean be who Chrisean is. Let us see her be great. And if you don't like us, stay away from her. But stop using the platforms that you guys have to character assassinate this girl and use it as a smear campaign. If you don't like her, stay away from her. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing good at all. With another one. So I want to first start off by saying, let me know if this is coming in clear. Let me know, please, if it's coming in clear. Shout out to Rap Diaries. I will put the link to this story in the top of the description box of this video so you guys can go over and support this channel on Snapchat. However, this seems to be the new thing to do, smear campaign or what have you, to put out information that was past information on Chrisean Rock. I'm really trying to be in the mindsets of Chrisean Rock's sister, also the people that share this information. So on Wednesday, someone has shared this with me, and today's Saturday, and I just chose to share this information. This is very old information, but it just goes to show how far people will go with any kind of information when they just don't like a person, don't have to know them in real life, but they don't want to see any good on them. And this is just my opinion, because I say they don't want to see any good on them, and I'm going to let you listen for those of you that may not have heard it or maybe heard clips of, and this could be just clips of the whole conversation as well. But what I have here that was provided to me, I will share. However, over on this channel, I like to see the good in all of these outcomes. I hope that you can take away something from these situations when you come to my video to listen to my commentary, and I only just wish the best for Chrisean Rock. I think that a lot of hate is going to be spewed and spread her way now that she sees people in their mouth and they're larger than life, like Ray J. I mean, he's making money moves, and he pretty much is begging Chrisean to be on board, and you're not hearing anybody else's name all over social media, and people know that she's about to get to that bag. So they want to focus mainly on, oh, she has to clear up these legal obligations, and she's going to go to jail, and she's going to do this much time, and everything's going to be snatched away from her. They're trying to hope for that to happen, or they see her really blow up. That's what I'm getting from it. But I want you guys to listen to what was said in this audio here, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
I just hope people stop attaching me to her. But it's like I've let her apologize to me so many times. Just like with the Wack stuff that he just posted with her trying to set up Blue like 3 years ago. When she got caught for that, she said that I did that. She said that was me and the model and one of you, because she getting caught up on some dumb that she does. And that, like, literally, what if those guys would have believed her? They could have literally came and tried to harm me and my family. She put me in harm's way so many times. And I keep, like, every time, she's like, I'm so sorry. And I asked her, so why would you do that? She said, oh, I was so young. I made a dumb decision.
It was a couple of years ago that Wack 100 released the texts proving Rock had a deadly plan for Blue and his baby mama. There are many reasons Wack wants her out of his protege's life, and he discussed the situation after he caught her as provided by Circus of Blues and Academics.
If you look at the text, this woman has went to the lowest limit. It's one thing to say I pushed you. It's one thing to say, oh, I mistreated you. People say it all the time. But it's another thing to actually conspire to get someone that has treated you good robbed.
Never trust that. She can't never. That's what you know what I'm saying? And then that's when I looked up. I'm like, hold on, try to get a robbed. Now you done broke into the house and called the police on us. Do like mentally. She went and put your name tattooed, your real name down her neck. She know what she doing. She trying to cause problems at home, bro. Your baby mama at home with your kids. How she gonna see that? Putting your name down her neck for it.
With Blue expected to be released from jail any day, Wack is going to be dealing with a lot, including Chrisean, who is scarcely capable of anything.
All I can honestly say, I hope that this clears up as soon as that it got brought back up. I feel as though if this is any truth to these allegations, we also have to remember that Blueface obviously forgave her for these emotions that were obviously running wild in Chrisean Rock to even think to do such a thing. If there's any truth to it, I was not there, and I'm not running with the narrative on this channel, whether it's true or not, because we know how family sometimes can be to one another. And not so kind is what I'm trying to get at. And sometimes when family members make it out of their circumstances like Chrisean Rock did, they can become jealous of these people, and they can say the things that they say in order to try to destroy that person. And I think that, Chrisean has been through enough struggles in the family, outside of the family, in social media. And I think that it's just time for her to move forward. This is why I think there's a lot of maturing that Chrisean is definitely doing in her life. There's mistakes that she has made. She's trying to, she knows she can't clean them up. She can only go on forward, do the right thing in order to make things better for her situation and for Junior, which is the most important thing in her life. She has to realize, even when Blueface does come to terms that he has to be a father to Junior, that all she had at the end of the day prior to that time coming was each other, and that was Junior and herself. Yeah, but it's really, really sad that sometimes people bring kids into the world. Now we're gonna put the blame back onto Chrisean's mother and father, and they were being so selfish that they were living through their own truth in life, and the truth that they were living was a lie, and having all these children to fend for themselves. And now these children grow up to be adults and they have children, and they don't know how to be mothers and fathers. And then, some of them that came from this family are larger than life, and they're being now, accused of being bad parents. And things are just happening, and it's because how can you expect someone to be a mother or a father if they didn't have one? Is just as simple as that. So, I wish Chrisean the best. It's just it's a shame how people are bashing this poor girl, and not, there for her and supporting her like they should, wishing the best on her. And I just hope things work out for her. I know that she has a lot of things planned for her and Junior and Blueface, and I hope that people don't stand in the way of it. I hope she clears up her legal obligation, that so she doesn't have to be stuck in jail or mess up, what is to come for the future for her career, and to create generational wealth for her children and family to come. So they don't have to be subjected to what Chrisean and Blueface had to go through in their life. So, with that all being said, I will be doing a lot. Yeah, so like I said, I wish the best for the girl, and I just feel like these people are just like not in touch with reality, because what these new allegations, they're not new allegations, but these old allegations that are popping back up, people are not realizing this is very incriminating. And whether or not it took place or not, it was a thought process in somebody's mind. That means to the wrong person that it gets in the hands of, they can look at it and try to fight it and drag it along, that that person's capable of doing it again. Wack 100, for someone who people say he's a gang member, and I say he's obviously not a active gang member. He's not in a gang anymore. He does know about the street life. He's another one pushing the old narrative of what her thought process allegedly was in the past. And I say allegedly because we can find out a month from now that none of this was true, that these receipts that are not even receipts, or texts, or whatever you want to call it, could be falsified texts that didn't even come off of Chrisean Rock's cell phone. And they did this because there was an agenda out for Chrisean in the bad way, which could lead her into a lot of trouble. That's why we have to pay attention. We have to protect our eyes and our ears at all times, because people become cowards. The internet gives cowards an outlet to cause mass confusion, even when there isn't any. People can bring up stuff that doesn't exist just because of the fact that they don't like a person. We have to understand that that happens every single day with channel holders. We're not even big superstars. We're not larger than life. But because we report on this information, people can have us under attack. There's some people, they share too much, even as commentators, and they don't use a P.O. box number, for an example. And some of these so-called fake fans or supporters want to send them things. They give them the real address or their real telephone numbers. They get comfortable, they get the address, and they try to put people's life in jeopardy. You have to be careful. You have to understand these people are on social media. It's a dangerous game that people are trying to play. And people will put you underneath the jail. And a lot of people right now, if they had a chance to get up on these platforms and tell people like the R. Kellys, which we know R. Kelly did a lot of what he allegedly was accused of, or the Nature Boys. In the Nature Boy sector, nobody wanted to believe some of the stuff that he did. And then some of the stuff he didn't do, people used to call the U.S. Embassy and make up all these false allegations and call the police stations and so on and so forth, to the point where the FBI ended up getting involved. And then all of the same people who were willing participants, whether or not they were subjected to inhumane behaviors, ended up testifying against him, and now he is serving a life sentence with no possibility of parole. He has thrown his life away, even if he was doing it for the attention for social media, something that he was lacking in life, not having his mother or father, being present like Chrisean Rock. He came from he was dealt a bad card, had poor parents, and it just affected him in his real life going forward. These things happen in these situations to people, especially when people know your business because you put them in your business. They use it against you in the long run. So I won't be staying on here long. I just wanted to do an update video. I know you guys know I'm not really known for staying on too long anyways, but I definitely wanted to do a recap and also shed some light on a few things that were on my mind, on my heart. Also, for the people who are going to probably see this video after this is no longer live, please leave down in the comment section your thoughts and any information that you need to send me, that you want me to check in, do my due diligence, and let you know if it's false information or a reason to talk about. Just DM me on IG and we will discuss it. So with that all being said, have a blessed Sunday, have a blessed life, and make sure you hit that like or your dislike button. And I will see you on the next live. Love y'all. Stay blessed. And I'm out. Mwah. It is sad. Very sad. You gotta be careful. Love y'all. Stay blessed. And I'm out.